up, y'all? It's your boy, Crypto Rock. Hey, listen, once again, thank you for stopping by. Now, today, the topic is on data. I want to talk about data. How important is data? About 2 years ago, I received some GRT tokens, called the Graph tokens, on Coinbase. It was like through one of the educational activities where it was like play to earn. And I sold it. It was only like $5. But I think each token was maybe like $1.50 a piece. Now, the reasons behind the token piqued my interest then. And during the bear market, I'm even more intrigued. So let's talk about it. Boom, we back. You know I'm getting right into it. Focusing specifically on the Graph token, symbol GRT. It's ranked number 58 on CoinMarketCap, ranked number 59 on CoinGecko, and ranked number 61 on Crypto.com. Now let me just say, none of this is financial advice, okay? This is just one of the tokens that I'm looking at this year. My focus is mass adoption, interoperability, and use case or utility. Let me preface it by saying this. Have you ever shopped for a car simply because you knew that it was fast and it had leather? Maybe it had an entertainment system that you wanted and you knew it was fast. Now, you know what's in the engine, but you're more concerned with how you can enjoy it, period, just because of how it's built. You know, kind of like a Tesla maybe. I mean, we know it's sustainable energy with an electric car, but the inside looks nice and it has the latest technology. Are you really concerned with what's underneath the hood or what's not underneath the hood? Well, in reality, some people will be. But with that being said, I'm not going too deep because I'm not trying to blow my mind and yours. I'm just gonna focus on how the graph can benefit us as crypto investors, because you know I'm always talking about crypto. So when we're talking about the Graph token, where do we start? Today, I use CoinMarketCap. Let's go. Of course, you know, this is where you can find out the information that you need about the token. But let's go a little deeper. The Graph is about developers, which in turn makes it about us. The Graph is a decentralized protocol for indexing and querying data from blockchains. They started on Ethereum, and they're currently on multiple chains. They make it easier for developers to interact with blockchain and make it possible to query data that is difficult to query directly through what's called subgraphs. Subgraphs are a term coined by the Graph, and they are open APIs. Now you're probably wondering, what's an API? Well, I'm getting ready to tell you. API simply stands for Application Programming Interfaces, and it's what's needed for certain platforms to be able to communicate with each other. So for example, in the current internet, if you have a website and you're trying to capture users that come to the site, let's say you have a platform that manages your email like a MailChimp or a Constant Contact. Now, in order for MailChimp or Constant Contact to communicate with the platform on your website, you need what's called an API key. Essentially, this is how the Graph works. You can also participate and engage with the Graph as a developer, indexer, curator, or delegator. I'm not going deep in that either. But for those who are interested, I put a link to the video in the description below. So when all this data is collected, the end result is a rich user interface for end users, us, to benefit. So in simple terms, the Graph is known as the Google of blockchains. So all that technical jargon simply means that you will be able to search blockchains for a specific query or a specific piece of information, just like you search Google, like you go on Google and you search for a specific item using certain keywords. And with Google's algorithm, you can narrow it down based on location and price, depending on what you're looking for. The same goes for the utility that the Graph is providing with the subgraphs. So instead of, imagine in a couple years, instead of did you Google it, maybe we'll say something like, did you graph it? Or Google it, or graph it, right? This graphic shows supported networks. The following chains are supported. This means that subgraphs can be built across chains so developers have more choices for where to deploy their smart contracts. So let's look at the numbers. Let's look at where the Graph stands and why I'm interested in it, right? So when we're looking over here, currently at the date of this recording, it's a little over 8 cents. It's down 7%, or actually 6%, 5.5% in the last 24 hours. The market cap, of course, is what puts it at a rank of 58 on CoinMarketCap. Now, the price action and the movement in the last 7 days. Well, actually, let's look at it. Let's look at it all time. So this was about 2 years ago when it was roughly at about $1.50. It was around March 2021. And since then, it's come down drastically. But it's still ranked number 58, of course, based on market cap, which means this has a lot of potential. So I look at this as something that's on sale. So it's roughly a little over 8 cents. And if we look at the movement in the last 3 months, it was down 6 cents. I'm looking at it in the last month. And so from, let's say, the beginning of the year, December 30th, it's been moving. So from January 1st, about 5.5 cents, currently to a little over 8 cents. I'm interested. I think we'll stop right there. Just wanted to introduce y'all to one of the tokens that I was looking at, GRT, the graph token. Because you see what we're talking about, ladies and gentlemen, is Web3, the new internet. And as we venture into the new space, it needs to be functional and it needs to be easy, because everyone doesn't think the same and everyone does not understand the same. So if you want more use, more mass adoption, the process needs to be easy for the average user. And for the average user, you can't be afraid of change. Doing things the systemic way is not the only way. Change is necessary for growth. Change is not always easy and it can be rough, but you have to have an attitude of perseverance that refuses to be dismayed. That's what's going to survive, in my opinion. I just think it's necessary at times to be uncomfortable, because for me, complacency leads to apathy. And for me, apathy doesn't inspire growth. And I'm all about growth. So if you're not apathetic, go ahead and put a thumbs up in the chat. Let me know that you're paying attention. If not, matter of fact, don't put a thumbs up in the chat. Yeah, put a thumbs up in the chat. Go ahead and like that video. But if not, you can continue giving your money to an old system and participating in an old system until you're ready to break out of apathy. It's your boy, Crypto Rock, all Cryp, loyal to none. Get your education so you're not in fear. Simple. Follow us on our social media channels. Share this video for someone who may need it. Hey, and subscribe and stay connected, because we want to educate you, because we're for the community. We're for anybody who wants to become a part of this revolution and this movement. Get in where you fit in. It's your boy. Catch y'all on the next one.